In this video, I'm going to quickly demonstrate how to use your Behringer Q802 USB mixer to record a microphone and guitar on separate tracks in your DAW, so you can later on mix and balance and add effects to each of the individual audio source, like the microphone or the guitar, separately. Now, the way this mixer works is that all of its channels from 1 to 6, 2 microphone and line level inputs and 2 stereo inputs, combined into the main mix, and the main mix is what goes out of the USB connection. So you are only able to record the main mix output. You cannot individually record each of the channels. But I get asked all the time, how can I record separately at least my vocal and my guitar? Well, I'll show you in this video. But before that, let's learn about gain staging, making sure that our audio signal from each of our audio source coming in and into our USB, into our DAW, is at optimum level. First, let's start with my microphone. While I've got the level on my channel 1 on 0, and I'm just going to monitor my signal, and I'm getting about just the second LED flicker there, which is the 0 dB, and that is quite a good signal. And let's apply some compression to it. Now, we might have some extra gain by doing that, and I think it's about right here, and yep, it's getting really louder. So I'm just going to turn my fader down. I'm just waiting for just enough signal to actually come through, so my compression is on whenever I'm speaking, loudly, and it turns off whenever I'm not talking or gently speaking. And then I can still turn down my fader just to make sure that I'm not going over. And next, let's EQ my vocal. Now, you might find my vocal a little bit deep, so we got this microphone, which is just a dynamic microphone. It's the Behringer XM8200, a really budget microphone, and that's what I use. And I'm just going to cut the low end to get rid of some of the bassiness. That will make it a bit brighter. Now I can keep adjusting the levels until I get it sort of a right level and it not too bright. And let's give it a little bit of air and sibilance at the top, so it's nice and bright and clear. My S's don't sound lipsy, and it's all clear. I'm quite happy with that. And just a little bit more compression, making sure that it's nice and level. Now we have our vocal ready, set to go. Now, while I have my simulated guitar connected here, I don't play guitars, so I cannot connect guitar directly here. And these mixers don't have direct guitar connection. They don't have high impedance connection. This is a line level input. So you could connect your guitar to a guitar pedal, and the line output of your guitar can connect here. But I'm actually connected an output of my guitar simulator, and it's playing the guitar. So I'm just going to adjust that. Of course, you can also use DI box to connect your guitar actual connection to the DI box, and from the DI box to the microphone input. And I do have a video demonstrating that as well. So let's adjust the level to 0 on our fader. We can just hear the guitar coming through. And I'm just going to adjust the level of the gain. This is quite important. That's about right. Now let's get some compression. Again, I'm just going to remove some of that boominess of the guitar. Okay, I think we got it all right, ready to go. Now what you were hearing there is exactly what you would hear if you had the headphone connected to it. I do have the control room output connected, and that's what you're hearing right now. The control room and the headphone output are identical. So this way you'll be able to hear exactly what you would normally hear when you plug in your headphone in there. And if you decide to record as is in your DAW using the USB connection at the top there, that means it will record both the microphone and the guitar right in the center as you heard it in your DAW. So let's go into our DAW, which is Cakewalk by BandLab, and I will show you all the different types of recording that we can do, and then later on I will also explain how we can split the microphone and the guitar so that even while we are playing the guitar and singing, we can have separate tracks for them. And here we are in Cakewalk, a blank project. Let's add a new track. I'm going to select the stereo input, the left and the right together to demonstrate first how that works. So we've got one created. And there we go. Now we can see the signal of our microphone. And we can also hear the guitar playing in the background. And we can actually record this as a stereo track. This is our song that we are recording using the Xenix Q802 USB mixer with using one chord on a simulated guitar and recording in Cakewalk by BandLab. Yep, and that's how we record it. So let's have a listen back. For that, I'm just going to press the button right here. This is our song that we are recording using the Xenix Q802 USB mixer with using one chord on a simulated guitar and recording in Cakewalk by BandLab. So as you seen and heard, we've got recorded, but both microphone and guitar are together. So how do we create a separate track for the vocal and a separate track for the guitar? Because if we wanted to add some reverb and some different effects to our vocals and different effects, even maybe distortion or amp sim or anything like that on our guitar, currently we can't do it. So let me show you how we can do that as well. So here is the trick how to separate the microphone and the guitar into two separate channels. A lot of people will actually jump straight into this part of the video and watch this section and go. But if you watch from the beginning up to here, that means you learned a lot more things than just knowing how to do it. The trick is very, very simple because we have two channels, left and right. And even though they are stereo, but they are still independent, channel 1 and channel 2. And we have pans to do that. So what we can do is we pan our guitars to the right and our vocals to the left. So now we have our vocals only on the right and the guitar on to the left and the guitar on to the right. So basically we separated the channels that are going into our DAW. And that's it. Yes. Now we can add two separate mono tracks in our DAW and record them as separate channels. Oh great, so you're still here. Don't mind me being on to the left of your side of the speakers or your headphones, whichever way you are listening to. But this is part of the demonstration. And let's add a new track. This time I'm going to select my left channel. So it will be a mono track. And let's create it. Now if I arm it, I should be able to hear and see that I've got levels on this channel. So let's call this vocals. And if I record now, it's just going to record vocals here. So let's add another track, which is for our guitar. This time, let's select the right channel. There we are. Let's arm it for recording. I'm not playing the guitar yet. Okay, so we've got the guitar as well. As you can see, the levels for the guitar channel is not coming up because there's no signal on the right hand side. Well, now we have the guitar playing on the right hand side. We've got a signal, and we also have signal for the vocals as well. Let's record our single chord song and give it a try. Well, I mute the first one. Here we are singing the song of one chord to demonstrate how to record two separate tracks onto our DAW. It's very hard to sing with one chord. Let me put my vocal back into the center because I'm not going to record anymore, so it's much more comfortable for you to hear me. And thanks for sticking around this long. So now you know exactly how it's going to be recorded. Okay, so let's disarm them from recording as we don't need it anymore. Let's press the button to main mix so we can actually hear what we've recorded. Let's play and find out what happened. Here we are singing the song of one chord to demonstrate how to record two separate tracks onto our DAW. It's very hard to sing with one chord. Okay, so you heard how we recorded. Even though we've got two channels and you can see vocals and guitars, we can still hear in the middle. That's because we are panned these two channels like on the mixer right into the center. So let's solo our vocal. Here we are singing got no guitar. The song of one chord to demonstrate as you can see and hear. Now that we've got the tracks separately, now we can apply separate effects to each one of those tracks. Of course, there's nothing stopping us opening out our channel, and then now we can pan our vocal. Here we are singing the song of one chord to demonstrate how to record two separate tracks. Now I can pan it to the left onto our DAW, to the right, however I like. It's very hard to sing with one chord. Yes, it is very hard to sing with one chord. So there we go. That's how we can actually use our mixer so that we can record separate tracks. As long as the audio source is a mono source, like our microphone and our guitar, then we can record them separately onto our tracks. Of course, there's nothing stopping us doing multi-track recording. So while our guitar and vocal is playing, we can certainly record our bass guitar and even add our keyboard, synthesizers and drum machines and everything else added to it. I hope this explained, and I hope now you know how the whole thing actually works. So if this was the video that you're looking for, and if this video was helpful, make sure you give me the thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music. Cheerio, guys.